We've made it, guys. Welcome back to the final episode in the series of overhauling the timing gear on the Japanese import Discovery 4. I actually recorded this many months ago now, and watching all this back, I'd completely forgotten how much work had gone into getting this done, especially as I was working around bad weather with not having a garage anymore and finding free time where I could, juggling work and a young family. Once again, get yourself a coffee for the last time and enjoy the show. Finally, let's get the fuel system completely buttoned back up with a crossover pipe. I think you'll agree they look sweet, these hoses, media blasted. So a satin sheen to it, look really cool. Just a bit of engine oil on the threads. So, finally, the belt's turned up, so we can get this wrapped around. So let's get a socket on this tensioner. I hear a helicopter too. Is it a helicopter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to help me? Are you going to watch? I'm going to bring the laptop over here, because I can't remember which way it goes. It goes like this. Yeah. Why? Because we need to make it work. Yeah? Then it goes over there.
Hard.
It's hard?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be worth doing if it was easy.
The zip is hard.
Zip is hard.
Yeah.
Try again.
I can't.
You can. I believe you can do it.
Look.
Try again.
I should look. I should look, Daddy. I should look.
It does work. It's a new bag. It does work. Just hang on a minute and I'll have a look for you. That looks good. Let's have a look. Just turn her over a few times. It's all looking good. Which means I can now put the stretch belt on. But before I do that, let's get this pulley wheel back on. Bit of copper grease on the back as well, just to wind the internet up. It's got to be wobbling everywhere, you can't do that. Yeah, be fine. Next up, stretch belt for the fan with the crankshaft pulley, but I cannot for the life of me find my stretch belt install tool. So I'm going to try to do this the ghetto way and see if I can just get this on with a piece of plastic. One of these trim tools. It doesn't look that bad. It's not as bad as the Range Rover, but it didn't have anywhere near as much slack as this does, so I'm going to see if I can hack it and get it on there. wooden handle. Come on. That didn't hurt. It is on. Oh, I think. That's it. There you go. That's the most ghetto thing I've probably ever done on at least this car. I'm not gonna lie, I've done some ghetto shit in my time. And that was cringy. But it does work, you can do it. It's just not fun. Which means I can finally torque these up. Already fine because I use the impact gun. Yeah. So the last bit I was waiting for in the post today is this guy. Now, this piece is the original one, that's that piece. And the thermostat housing, that's the new one, it's aluminium, plastic. They glued it. I thought it was just super tight, but it's definitely, I got it in the vise and snapped it, it's definitely bonded together. I think that's just another Land Rover ploy so that you have to buy the whole thing because there is no part number just for this. So that clip, this hose, this little connector which temperature sensor goes in, another hose, all one unit. Now, because it's not super critical, this part, it's not like a internal engine part, this is one of the very rare times I've bought a non-OEM part just out of curiosity more than anything, and it seems absolutely fine. So again, it's super easy for me to change if it does go wrong, but I can't see why it would. So let's pop this on, pop the sensor in, get it all clipped up. Are you swinging?
Look at me! Look at the silence without sneeze. Without sneeze. Yeah.
I spent quite a bit of time cleaning up the radiator and the aircon rad, and then I soaked the radiator inside with a mild sort of citric acid solution just to descale it a little bit, flushed it all out, sprayed it over with ACF 50, so it's ready to go back in. Take those bolts out before I forget. Which is in. That wasn't so bad compared to taking it out. Much easier, probably because I've tidied all this stuff up. It's one of those hoses that doesn't go on. It has to go on with the clip. There we go. Slide in the shroud. Forgot about this. Just loosened it off a bit. Let's finally close the aircon back up, and we've got new seals, genuine ones. These are extortionate, something like, I think I paid like £12 or something for like this little one. Crazy, but needs must. Let's get them on. There we go. Lovely. Did notice there's a tiny little nick in this wire here, which I think might be for the BMS. So I'm going to have to find something that can just repair the insulation, because you can see the core exposed. Coincidentally, this morning I had an error message on the Range Rover whilst I was taking Lily to nursery, and it made me think it was something to do with the BMS. So I went and cleaned all this up. It's exactly the same on the Range Rover, looks identical. Took this apart, cleaned all the copper contacts up and reassembled it, and then reset the error and away it's gone. So I'm going to take this apart and do exactly the same. Looks like somebody's already been at this, maybe. There's a sticker which goes over this. Had to cut on the Rangy. It was definitely furry on the Range Rover as well, on the contacts, so I'm hoping it's not just a fluke and I've permanently fixed it. So next I'm going to fit the power steering reservoir and the coolant one, just because it's easy to get to the hose before the airbox goes in, but the bracket does go on the airbox, so might be a bit of a mistake, but we'll find out if I can do it. This I cleaned, not very expensive to buy a new one, but I couldn't find any markings on this, so I'm not sure if somebody's already changed this. It doesn't have any Land Rover markings on. But the idea is I cleaned it as best I can. There's still a tiny bit of crud in the filter screen, it just won't come off. Cleaned it in the ultrasonic bath and shook it out with some brake cleaner, and that's the best I can do. I'm going to flush it, the system, with some new fluid and just keep changing it until I'm happy with it. So then I'll probably change it to a new one. But for the minute that'll do. However, I did buy a new tank for the coolant. As you can see, the colour difference. I broke the sensor in the bottom by accident when I was playing around with the rubber bit at the end, the seal, which is where the actual sensor element is. And the cost of a new sensor is the cost of, this is aftermarket, of an aftermarket tank, which looks absolutely identical. So even the sensor. So I've swapped over that top hose. The only difference being, I've already taken it off. The cap comes with a 140 kPa, kilopascal pressure rating on it, which is not right for this engine. It's 200, so I've swapped the cap over. Couldn't find one which had 200 on it, and this cap's absolutely fine. So let's get these in, and then we'll fill them up at the end. Nearly forgot the sensor. It's time to fit the fan. Seems in good condition. Again, I think it's the same as what's on the Range Rover. I've just protected all the aluminium with some ACF 50. Standard practice now, and I might just put a bit of copper grease on that before I do it. A reverse thread on this one. She's on. Let's get the mighty Thor on it. One for good luck. There we go. That'll do. Before I put the shroud back in and the wiring, I'm just going to finish off these hoses. Some of these you just can't slip over and they have to be installed like this. Yep. Officially the last hose to go in. Beautiful. We are getting close now, ladies and gents. Let's put the plenum back in. Starting to rain. There she is. It's the final time I'm going to do this for a bit. I'm just going to clip it in at the top for the minute. Right, last two big things to go back in really, the air boxes. I've cleaned them all out, wet cleaned them, dried them. Controversial, but I'm going to reuse the filters just for the minute because I want to see if the cotton ones that I've got, the performance ones in the Range Rover fit, I believe they're the same size. So there's no sense in me buying replacement paper ones, so then throw them in the bin and fit some cotton ones. So when I've got some time, I'm going to take them out of that car, check them in this. If they fit, buy some and fit them. But at the minute, these look in good condition anyway. They're absolutely fine. So this has all been cleaned, and I have cleaned the MAF sensor with some MAF sensor cleaner. So pop these back in my experience, these sorts of airboxes go back in easier in halves rather than all as one. So let's test the theory. Get it the right way around. So that's in there. These are stainless, I've media blasted them, but they must be low quality stuff because they had rust on them, but they look much better now. So I've just been soaking the hose in some citric acid to get rid of the rust stains off. So let's dry this off, just to show you what I'm talking about. This is the other side, there's the rust. And that's what it looks like after. So I'm just going to treat it with some Carpro Pearl 1:1. That looks $1 million. If anybody knows of any stainless replacements you can get from this, let me know. Clip. A little bit more cramped on this side. Put that in last. That's better. One. Beautiful. Yeah. It's time. It's nearly time to start rock, but it's time to fill it back up with oil. I think I drained, I've just been looking back at the footage and I couldn't find it anywhere. I think I drained about 6 litres out, just shy of 6. So I'm going to put 6 back in because I've probably taken a little bit more out by taking the oil cooler out and draining things properly and the oil filler housing, etc., filter housing. So I'm going to put 6 in, take it from there. So this is what I'm using. Super windy as well. If you've ever poured oil in a wind, you know what I'm thinking. See, it's gonna go everywhere. No. Wow. Come on. This weather hates me. I did just crack the sump bolt off again just to drain anything out because I've been trying to flush it through with some fresh stuff as I've installed all the timing gear. So I did get another, say, 500ml out, but that's stuff that I'd put in recently. And I always keep these bottles so that I can measure oil coming out. It's handy. There's a litre. Power steering fluid next. We've got 5 litres of cold climate fluid from, is it Allen? Smith & Allen. Al. Right, we need to do the coolant. I'm not expecting it to be bled of any air. I just want to get it started, but I don't want to provoke any airlocks by starting it with nothing in. So I need to take this bleed cap off here and then undo this one at the back there. I knew I'd regret putting this on, but thought I could manage. Can I manage? I need baby hands. You won't be able to do it if it was if it hadn't come off previously, but because I've had it off. There's the retainer. Can I do it without dropping anything? That's the question. I'll tell you what, I very nearly dropped that. Oh, I don't. Speak too soon. He's done it. Right, she's out. Ready mixed stuff. It's up to the bottom of this bleed valve here and it's not really shifting anymore. So I'm going to put that back in. It's not come out. Tighten that one back up. And then I'm happy that it'll start to bleed itself and we'll fill it up after, but I just want to get it running. I've got the fob just in case the alarm goes off. I don't know if it does that. I can't remember. Have power. Didn't even spark. It always sparks. Disappointed. Right, she's had a few cycles without the fuel pump running, so let's see if she starts. Whee! They had some liquid sloshing about, probably some coolant, but look at that. What errors have we got? Brake pads worn, fuel level low. Nice and quiet. It's quite warm today, so the revs have already dropped. Still feels a little bit, tiny bit rough, like the car itself, and I don't know if it's just because I'm used to the Range Rover, which is super smooth, and this just might be a bit of a lumpier engine. Just a slight, I don't know, maybe I'm just being soft, but I'm super stoked, dead happy. Started straight up, turnkey start up. What more could you want? I was worried that maybe I got a bit of glass media stuck somewhere in injector or just some dirt somewhere, but it's super smooth. Definitely can hear the difference. I'll go outside and record the sound from the engine in a minute, but I could definitely hear the difference and feel it inside the car since changing the timing chain and tensioners. I wasn't sure at first because I got nothing to compare it to, but I can definitely tell the difference now, so super happy. I'd need to spend a bit of time, I won't bore you with it, but bleeding the coolant just to get any air out seems fine so far. I need to get these heaters back on really. I need to bleed the power steering, cycle this a few times, just go and check the coolant, the fluid level, and that is a wrap on the timing chain repairs and the mini restoration of every other piece that I've taken off as I've gone along. So I'm pretty confident now this should be a sweet mall crawler or whatever it is that we decide to do with the car. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what you think that we should do with the car, because we're not sure if we want to leave it completely stock. Nah, that's never going to happen, but you know, OEM plus, and just use it for going around town, or if we turn it into some off-road rig or a camping rig, rooftop tent or whatever it is, we're not sure yet. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Next job on this is, you've just seen the brakes need changing. I need to MOT it, it's not road legal. The brakes need changing, all of them. So they're in the post on the way. Before I do that though, I want to wash the car because it's not been washed since it came into the country, because the guy didn't wash it before he gave it to me. So that'd be 2 years this December it's not been washed. So I might do a sort of a ASMR, no talking, no waffling, clean of the car before I take the wheels off and I sort the brakes out. I'll be doing pads, discs and full caliper rebuild, I think, with new seals and pistons and handbrake shoes, clips, all that stuff, so I don't have to do it again anytime soon, and I can just be confident it's not going to cause me problems and break down anywhere. I say that loosely because it is a Land Rover after all, but super happy. Then we've got the first modification. I'm trying to hide just in case you can see anything in the footage. We've got the first modification to go on the car. Guess down below if you know what it is, or if you've seen anything in the background of any of the other footage. This is where you go back and have a look. Good luck to you. That'll be the next video after that. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope it was at least somewhat entertaining for some, educational for others who are thinking of tackling something on their 5 litre, whether it's in the Discovery or a Range Rover or a Jag. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, tough shit, find another video to watch. But thanks for watching it anyway, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this or anything else on Land Rovers, cars. I've got other stuff in the pipeline as well. I've got the BMW in the front that needs fixing, and I've got another old BMW at another property that I need to sort too. So
and that's a wrap. Make sure you go back and watch the full series if you're new to the channel, and thank you to all those who have subscribed and supported me in getting to this point. Ask any questions you want answering below in the comments, as I'm always happy to help. As promised, in the next episode I give the car a well-deserved quick detail, so make sure you come back for that. It's a bye from me for now, and I'll see you in the next one.